Thank you, everyone, Tali and everyone for inviting us. So for a few minutes, we will not talk about missiles and the army and terror attacks. For a few minutes, Or and Dvorah Mason, who is here with us as well, will talk about hope. And Major Ross said something important before. He said that what was obvious from the past week is that Israel is here to stay. So we want Israel to stay not just through the Iranian attack, but for generations to come. And in order for that to happen, we need partnerships like the partnership we have between Margalit Startup City and JNF. So before I talk about anything, I want to thank all of you. We have a partnership for the past 8 years. We have built something amazing in the Galilee. We have created in the city of Kiryat Shmona, which was one of the poorest cities in the country. We have created a tech ecosystem which made the entire region thrive. We brought over 250 startups in food tech and ag tech and climate tech to the Galilee. We invested in them. We brought together with us strategic partners that will help our startups thrive. We brought Nestle, we brought Mars, we brought large multinationals. And then we also partnered with the academic centers there. And on October 6th, just before everything that happened, we together won the bid of the Israel Innovation Authority to upgrade this center, not just as a food tech and ag tech center for the region, but as a climate tech international center. And we had all our plans and we had everything. And just on October 8th, we were ready to go. Obviously, we all suffered great harm on October 7th, and it was a horrifying day. And what we did since then, and I think it was just from the first days, is to create the bridge in order for the communities to go back there once they can. So the Galilee was obviously evacuated. So we're not in the building physically itself, but we took all our activities and created a bridge. So once everyone come back, and we hope they come back as soon as possible, all the infrastructure and everything, all the activities will be ready for them once they come back to continue and thrive. So for example, we did a big event in Machanaim. We had Alon Badichi from JNF representing you guys there. We also had David Greenbaum, who came all the way from the US and visited there, and we thanked him. And they talked together with Erel Margalit, our founder. They talked about our partnership. We had 70 startups at that event and 15 investment institutions. And we did a matchmake between the two of them, looking for investments in startups so they will cross this bridge of these difficult times. We brought all our communities, even though they're not there. We worked with kids in the schools of Kiryat Shmona to teach them food tech and ag tech and to make them the young entrepreneurs of the North. Even though they're evacuated, we are continuing to work with them wherever they are. Either it's in Tel Aviv or in Eilat, wherever they are, we reach to them. Another thing that we did is we took our communities that we built for years in the Galilee and did all kinds of activities to help them continue and thrive. So one of our communities is Gali Ladies. It's an amazing community created by Or, my partner here, of 2,000 female entrepreneurs that are sitting in the Galilee. So Or, maybe say a few words about what this community has done since October 7th.
Okay, so hello everyone. It's an honor for me to meet you. So Galileans is the first women's entrepreneur community of the Greater Galilee and the Golan, and it's made of more than, as Shimrit said, 1,800 women entrepreneurs, technological entrepreneurs, social entrepreneurs, and local business owned women, Jews, Arabs, and Druze, and we since October 7th, Galileans have pivoted to focus on strengthening the personal, mental, and financial resilience to our community. We have online meetups on those topics, and we hold monthly events, including markets that supports our I'm sorry, I'm very excited. Very excited. Including markets devoted to selling products of members from the community whose businesses have been drastically damaged by the war.
Yeah, and
would you like to?
yeah, and maybe Dvora, just 2 sentences just to add. I think you can unmute yourself. Yeah.
Yeah,
Good.
I don't think I've ever spoken for 2 sentences, but I'll do my best. What's really important to keep in mind is that we looked at the moment where things had to change, and we constantly, talk about hope, and we're focused on the day after. And in the meantime, there was a relocation of these communities, and yet we continue to provide the support needed in order to be able to maintain and to be able to support the communities and the needs that are both pre-existing and that have been created anew owing to the situation and owing to the unknown and uncertainty. But we have our eyes focused on the future, and we believe that communities are a basis to relocation, to resettlement, and to be able to rebuild the areas that we see as such a critical part to the vibrant future of Israel. And we're just focused on that. We continue to work with JNF as our partners on these programs with these communities, and we hope to see it just continue to grow and to scale, and so thank you for that.
Yeah, and the last thing that we're doing, so first was the startup scene in the Galilee that we're working on together, and then the communities. And the last thing that we did all this time is real estate projects. So we want to create the infrastructure that once the food tech startups can come back to the Galilee, they have all the abilities to produce their products. So I don't know if it's because we are the only crazy people that submitted things for approval to committees in these trying times, but we got all kind of approvals from the authorities, and we're moving on with our projects in the Galilee as well. So hopefully when the startups come back, they have a food tech facility to produce food products, so they will be able to produce their first batches and already sell them to the market. That was a critical point, that we saw that everyone that is growing in the Galilee then leaving to the south of Israel. So that's why we're building that. And we, as Dvora and Or said, we really value this partnership, and we really want to continue and work together. And we hope that our government will use the international alliance that helped us in the beginning of the week also to bring some peace to the north, and bring all the people back to their houses so we can continue with our mutual activities. Thank you so much for everything and for having us on this call.